Would you believe me if I told you that there was going to be a third-person survival extraction adventure made in 2025 and it wasn't even going to be made by Tom Clancy, The Division? Well, you're just as shocked as me because Embark Studios, the developers of Arc Raiders, is just that. A third-person survival extraction adventure. Now, when they first announced Tech Test 2, I was already excited, but I was even more excited when they said there was an NDA and we could make a video on what we played. So in Arc Raiders, you guessed it, your characters are called Raiders. You're paired up in squads of 3. You can also solo queue and not fill squad if you want. Now, this is coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, and they are currently having a tech test right now. So if you guys apply for it, you may get lucky enough to get into the test for this weekend. There is going to be crossplay on, so you will be able to play with your buddies, whether they're on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC. Now, there is an option to turn off crossplay if you feel like you don't want to play with crossplay on. They do give players that option. And if you look closely, you just saw me take out another Raider. And you see that flare that pops up? That means he has gone down. Doesn't mean he was killed, but lets you know the Raider is down and lets his teammates know. Now, to finish him off, you either have to keep shooting him or you can go up to him and melee them and then finish him completely. Now, I did take a couple shots from his teammates, it appears, and I'm getting into cover, and then I need to recharge my shield. So you have 2 types of healing abilities, if you want to say, one to recharge your shield, and then obviously one to heal yourself. Now, the good thing about the bandages is you can heal your other teammates, you can also revive your teammates, and there's also a stim to revive your teammates a lot quicker. So a lot of different options as you guys continue on through the game. You'll learn all these things, and you'll also be able to loot better gear as you go along. Now, visually, this is probably one of the best looking games I've played in 2025, and the game ran flawlessly. I don't think I had one issue in the 4 to 5 hours I got to play Arc Raiders. It never crashed, it never stuttered, the game ran flawlessly, gameplay felt good. It just was something that I've never experienced for a tech test. I usually have an issue, something pops up, something doesn't run well, you're like, okay, this is just a test, they need to work on it. I felt like they could release this game tomorrow. Controllers felt good. I was actually playing on mouse and keyboard, so at least from my end, I felt like everything felt very fluid. Gunplay felt good, and it was exciting when you got into these PvP encounters. They didn't happen all the time, but when they did happen and you ended up getting a kill, it was very exciting. But you always had to worry about because there could be his teammate right around the corner waiting for you. Now, like I mentioned before, when you go down, it isn't the end of you. And you're gonna see something that was really cool that happened. So obviously you can see one of my teammates is covering us. 2 of us went down. But then our teammate throws a nade, and what it does is it attracts one of the enemy AI. So the enemy AI is investigating that area, and in return, it allows us to get into cover so our teammate can get us up, and it keeps the other Raiders from peeking or coming out to finish us off. That gave our teammate the time he needed to revive both of us. Now we can reposition, heal up, and maybe challenge these Raiders from a different angle. And we end up running into the same Raiders a little bit later on in the same facility that we were at. We actually tracked them down because of the sound. They were making a lot of noise. And I open up this door and I see a Raider right in front of me. Now my mic wasn't working, so I had to ping the door. So there are pinging options. And my teammates knew, okay, there is an enemy on this side. They get ready, and I know if I can push this guy quick enough, I can take him out before he was ready. And I did just that. I was able to drop one. I took a lot of damage, so I got into cover and I start healing up. While I am healing up, the second enemy Raider pushes forward, and then my teammate was able to take him out. Now, remember, when you die in this game, you lose everything. So it's always a high risk, high reward environment. And remember, there is no requirement to fight anybody. You can come in, do a scavenge run, get a bunch of gear, and just move out with ever fighting anybody. The choice is really yours. If you want to challenge some players because you hear them fighting maybe some of the AI robots or they're fighting another team, the choice is really yours. Whether you want to challenge those teams, sneak around them, loot, and leave, that's always going to be your option. And the biggest thing you should remember when you're on a raid is your deadliest enemies aren't even other raiders. Some of the enemy archetypes in this game are so deadly that you don't even want to challenge them early on until you get better gear, because you'll learn really quick how hard they are to take down and how fast they can drop you. Now, enemy AI in this game is very smart, and that's one thing I learned really quick. If you breach anything, if you make too much noise, if you fire your weapons, the enemy AI will come and investigate, and if they spot you, they will alert other enemy AI to come, and before you know it, you could have a swarm of enemy AI focusing you, trying to kill you. At that point, it might be better to retreat, regroup, and come up with a better plan, because rushing in and trying to breach an arc probe without clearing out the area just wasn't the smart move. And this is a simple fact why I think maybe if you're not into extraction shooters, you probably will actually enjoy this game, because there is a great balance of exploring, completing quests, looking for rare items, looking for items to upgrade your gear, and fighting enemy AI that you can find the balance between when you do have to fight other players and when you don't. Now, for all of you Tom Clancy Division fans who have been looking for a survival game mode, I'm gonna tell you, I was a big survival fan, and I always wanted them to make survival for Division 2. They never did. I was actually excited for Heartland, and when I play this, I'm telling you, this right here will fill that void that you've been missing, and I 100% promise you, you won't regret giving this a shot. Now, we're not done talking about the game, because after all is said and done and you make it back to the base, you extract successfully, there is a skill tree for you to work on. Yes, I said it, a skill tree. As you complete quests and you keep leveling up, you will be able to spec into survival, mobility, conditioning. Some increase how fast your stamina comes back. Some increase how fast you move up and down ladders. Some increase how many resources you get, how fast your health regens. As you continue to level up this skill tree, you become stronger and stronger. And what I want to do real quick is I want you to really take in the sound and how I know where players are. And if you listen closely, you could hear the footsteps that were above me. You could hear the gunshots that were going off, the direction where it was all coming from. It really gave you a sense of how many players were in the area, what was going on, and that allowed me to actually sneak up on one player, kill him, and well, his teammate defended him from the top and broke my armor, so I had to pull back. And that's why crouching is going to be important, why sprinting all the time isn't the smartest move. When you loot, it gives away your position. The moves you make, how you make them, what you're doing can honestly be the difference between you surviving a raid and not surviving a raid. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a little bit more gameplay for you guys to listen to just the sound, and it's going to finish off this raid here. We actually had a successful raid. We run into 2 or 3 more teams. So hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of this. If you guys are excited for Arc Raiders, let me know in the comments. Thanks again. Leave a thumbs up. See you in the next one. Hey, Nothing But Skills out.
An Arc Orbiter is en route. The safe window is closing. 10 minutes to get out of there. I repeat, 10 minutes.
I saw him, I think. saw him.
Terminal online. Proceed to Speranza.
That wasn't there. That wasn't. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here, Houston. You guys ready? Oh, cool. Hell yeah. Fuck out of here.